Hello traders, today we are looking at more accounts, and this week we are looking at 2 challenges, 2 verifications and 2 FTMO accounts. So once again, hello traders, I am Simon from FTMO, and today we are looking at more accounts that have been either able to pass our whole evaluation process or a part of it. Today we are gonna look at 2 challenges, 2 verification accounts and 2 FTMO accounts. I'm sure that most of you already know what's going on, so let's do this. Okay, so this is the first account that we are gonna review. This is for 70,000 British pounds, and of course this is the biggest size of a single account that you can get. Of course you can get more accounts, but this is the biggest size for British pounds. Now the curve here looks kind of wild. Actually, it's kind of a roller coaster since this trader was doing really well until his or her 40th trade. Then it was downhill from there. There are 2 falls actually, but from this point on, from trade number 59, it was just uphill from there and successfully finished his or her challenge. The challenge was finished in just 10 trading days, didn't really come that close to breaching max daily loss, still had like 1,300 pounds that he or she was able to lose, and max loss was not even close to being breached, and the profit target is pretty much standard here. This trader opened 108 trades using 251 lots, so that's around 1.5 lot per one position, so that's not really that much, but not really that small of a volume either. The average risk reward ratio here is 0.65, so there's definitely something to improve here, but on the other hand the win rate here is almost 80%, so that definitely compensates for this relatively low average risk reward ratio. All the results that I can see here are pretty much split across all days pretty evenly, so it is not like this trader made all of his profits in one single day, and that's definitely a good thing. You can see that this trader is consistent. That's what we like to see very much. Right here we can see the last page of the trading journal. Right away you can see that this is a day trader because no swaps have been paid. That means that this trader is opening and closing the position in a single day, not holding any positions overnight, and most of the time he or she is using stop losses as far as I can see. Sometimes he or she is using take profits, but not always necessarily, so that's a little bit weird, and mostly he or she is trading forex and gold. The volume here is split very nicely across all positions, so that's really nice. There is also a nice balance between sells and buys, so that's quite pleasant to see. And most of the profits were made on trading gold, definitely. Also a little bit on Euro USD and USD and Canadian dollar, and otherwise there's nothing really that special here. Alright, so this is it for this account. Of course, this trader is moving on to the verification phase, and let's look now at another challenge. Okay, so this is for 80,000 euros, and straight away you can see that this is not that big of a roller coaster like the last one, even though that there is a huge spike in the beginning on trade number 17. This trader was at a profit of 10,000 euros, and that's a lot. And what I appreciate here is that even though this trader pretty much could just open 0.01 lot and not really care about trading at all, because pretty much the profit target at this point was pretty much done, this trader decided to trade some more, and that's what he or she did. And you know, that's always nice to see. Even though that traders have finished their profit targets, they are moving on and trading some more, and basically showing us that they can be consistent. That's really pleasant to see. Now still, this was done in 10 trading days. Max daily loss was actually really close to being breached at this point. It was at minus 3,900 euros, so that was like just 50 euros from being breached. The max loss is not a big deal here, and the profit target is nicely finished with 157 euros more than this trader was required to. So pretty much just max daily loss was really close to being breached, but probably those stop losses were set, and that's what saved this trader. Right here you can see that this trader opened 168 trades using 145 lots. The average risk reward ratio is just 0.95, so that's still below 1, so not really that great. You should probably aim for this number to be as high as possible, but definitely above 1. But you know, with win rate of 60, almost 65%, it definitely compensates for that, so it still works. As I have mentioned, this trader made a huge profit in the beginning, so on the first day pretty much finished the profit target, but even so decided to trade some more, and that's really appreciated that he or she was able to finish the challenge not just in one day, but rather splitting the volume across all days. On the last page of the trading journal, we can pretty much see just Forex being traded. Most of the stuff is opened and closed in one day, so still a day trader most likely. Interestingly enough, I can see that just going long, no sell positions were opened, and he or she was using almost at all times that stop loss, so that's really great. And truly, quite frankly, probably all of the profits were made on buying. There is a net loss on selling, so probably this trader should stick to buying. And in regards to the most profitable symbol, it's definitely S&P 500, and then it's just Forex. All right, so this is it for this one. We will see his results in the verification phase, so I will look forward to that. And now let's look at verification accounts. Okay, so this is the first verification that we are gonna talk about, and straight away you can see that this is for $10,000. The balance curve is quite unfortunate, since this trader was doing really well in the beginning, and then there is a huge fall. But after this trader dealt with this fall, it was just uphill from there, so successfully finished without any big issue from this point on. This trader took 11 days to finish it, was actually quite close to breaching max daily loss, just like $50 or so from breaching it. The max loss was not really that close to being breached, and the profit target is pretty standard here. This trader executed just 43 trades using 6.5 lots. Now keep in mind that this is just for $10,000, so this is not really that low of a volume when you think about it. The average risk reward ratio was really close to 1, and the win rate here is 62%, so these are still quite good numbers here. In the daily summary, the profits are split quite nicely across all days, so that's pretty consistent as far as we can see. Now, on the last page of the trading journal, I can see mostly Forex and actually just British pound and Japanese yen. Sometimes this trader is using those stop losses, but sometimes not really for some reason. I don't really know why. Either way, this is still a day trader, and actually I can see that he or she is also trading a little bit of gold right here. As opposed to the last trader, this trader is mostly profiting on selling, a little bit on buying too, but not as much. And definitely the most profitable instrument here is British pound and Japanese yen, and then gold. Okay, so this is it for this one. So this trader is gonna get his or her FTMO account, so we will be looking forward to seeing some results when there are some stakes involved. This is gonna be the last account before moving on to the FTMO accounts. So this is for $25,000. The balance curve doesn't look really that great in the beginning, but afterwards he or she successfully finished the verification without any big issue, and even made quite huge profit, even way more than he or she was required to, almost $5,000, and this trader was required just to make half of that. This was still finished in 10 trading days. Max daily loss is not a big deal here, and so is the max loss. And regarding the number of trades, this trader executed just 28 trades using 91 lots. So that's actually quite huge volume per one position. And when I say that it's huge volume per one position, I of course mean that it's my own opinion. I wouldn't really go that big per one position, but of course it's up to your strategy and up to you what volume are you using. In general, whatever works for you, you should use that. Now the average risk reward ratio here is really great. It's 1.45, so almost 1.5, and with a win rate of almost 70%, actually 67.8%. It's probably very profitable strategy, and if this trader manages to keep these numbers, it will be just great. I cannot see really anything special in the daily summary. The profits are split pretty evenly across all days, so once again, very consistent, and that's what we love to see. On the last page of the trading journal, we can see just a bunch of stuff traded. So this trader is not really specializing on any single one instrument. We can see indices, we can see forex, we can see commodities. So there is no clear pattern. The only thing that I can see that this is still a day trader. No positions right here were held overnight. What is quite nice is that this trader is setting those stop losses and take profits probably when entering each trade, and just letting them run until they hit either the stop loss or the take profit, which is always nice. Most profits are made on selling, not really that much on buying actually. There is a net loss on buying, and the most profitable instrument here is euro and Australian dollar, and most losing instrument is actually silver. So this is it for this account. Hopefully this trader is able to keep these really nice numbers, and if it is the case, we are gonna look at some great profits on the FTMO account. This is the first FTMO account that we are gonna look at, and this trader started almost a month ago. So if this trader is not gonna open any more positions, he or she will get this number, and you multiply it by 0.7, and that's of course the profit split, so that is the commission for this trader. Now this trader already managed to get 19 trading days, didn't really come that close to breaching max daily loss, but the max loss is not really that great here. I mean, this trader still had $2,000 left to lose, but I wouldn't be really that comfortable knowing that I have just $2,000 when I had 10,000. But in the end, you can see that it really worked out great for him or her, and made really nice profit. Now looking at the statistics, this trader managed to get already 114 trades in 1 month, mind you, and using volume of 272 lots. The average risk reward ratio here is really great. It's almost 4, so you can definitely see that it works great for him or her with this profit. The win rate here is almost 30%, so not really that great, but with this high average risk reward ratio, it still works. In the daily summary, I cannot see a clear pattern of anything here, just trading as usual. There are no huge spikes in the volume. So yeah, pretty consistent as far as I can see. Now on the last page on the trading journal, I can see that mostly forex and gold is being traded here. Still a day trader for the most part. I don't know about the rest of the trading journal pages, but what is quite interesting here is that this trader is using his or her trading journal to pretty much note down important stuff about some of the trades. So if you are not using this feature, I would probably recommend to use it because it doesn't really cost anything. You can even describe the trade and win trade of the month contest. But we are not gonna look at every single one of these because of course this is know-how of the trader, so we cannot really disclose this, but this is some interesting info for you. Down here we can see that this trader is mostly profiting on selling, a little bit on buying, so that's quite fortunate. And the single most profitable instrument here is gold, and together probably with euro and Canadian dollar, but overall pretty profitable on most forex pairs. Okay, so this is it for this one. This trader will be enjoying his or her quite nice commission. This is the last account that we are going to look at. It's for $50,000, and this trader is trading for just a little while, but already managed to get some really nice profit. The balance curve doesn't look really that special, not really an interesting pattern emerging here. So overall, pretty nice balance curve. Maybe just one thing that I would say about this account is that this trader had just $850 left to not breach max daily loss. So maybe he or she could be a little more careful, but of course I cannot really see the entire strategy, so maybe it was absolutely safe. We don't really know. But what we do know is that he or she executed 48 positions using 122 lots, so that's around 2.7 lots per position. The average risk reward ratio is really great. It's almost 2, it's 1.82, and the win rate is 50%, so a coin flip probability. Together, of course, pretty nice strategy. So if this trader is able to keep these numbers up, it will be very profitable in the long run. Now in the daily summary, there is not enough information to really judge anything here because it's been just those 7 trading days, but yeah, no clear pattern, nothing really that interesting. On the last page of the trading journal, we can see that the most traded instrument is British pound and Japanese yen, together with British pound and US dollar, and actually one position of gold. Now, not really using those stop losses for some reason. Sometimes he or she is, sometimes not really. Most of the time, as you can see, not. For the most part, this is a day trader, except maybe for this position, but other than that, he or she is. Net profits were made on buying and net loss was made on selling. So maybe avoid selling. But of course, I don't know, maybe it will reverse or something. And the most profitable instrument here is British pound and US dollar together with British pound and Japanese yen. Okay, so this is it for this account. Hopefully, once again, this trader will be able to keep these numbers, and if he or she will, we will be looking forward to seeing more results like this. And with that, this is it for this video. Of course, if you traders have any question or any feedback for us, leave it down in the comment section, and definitely subscribe to our FTMO YouTube channel and follow FTMO on all social media. And as always, trade safe.